live here, waiting for okay, so that's in here right now. We're waiting for an audience. Let's go see what this YouTube Live is going to bring up for me. Hi Jan, how you doing? Welcome to my first live. Oh, I'm so excited. I see there's going to be bouncing around and around. Looking for that. It looks like there is a slight delay. So yeah, just to let you know, I am seeing everybody. There's a slight delay. I got my let me check the slot on here just to see which microphone is working. Okay, so. Oh, that sounds better. That sounds better. Good. So, Jen, if you're still there, how am I sounding now? So, Jen, if you're still there, how am I sounding now? Still there. How am I sounding now? So weird. Still there. How am I sounding now? So weird. This is speaking. What is that squeaking noise? in this here. That's kind of nice. I like that. Today I'm doing the Topairy quilt right here, just in case anyone wants to see. Okay. Camera here because I need to sew. So we'll go waltz over here. Hi Michelle, how you doing? Welcome to my first live here. Independence, Missouri. How hot is it out there today? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, the disappearing 9 patch. I keep trying to do those and I get lost on them for some odd reason. I guess I just don't pay attention enough on it. But yeah, one day I will. Today I'm working on the Topairy quilt. The Yard Quilt. Oh yeah, 95 Muggy. Oh yeah, we got you there. Yeah. Fortunately, it rained for us a little bit, and so that was nice. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, so once again, everybody, welcome to my first live on YouTube. So far, I've just done videos and haven't had much time, so I figured today I'm just going to try to do it today. So this definitely wasn't going to be advertised, but hopefully I'll get at least some people on here. Got stuck. That's cute. Yeah, that's right. Almost never gets stuck, and now I'm live, and now I'm having a maintenance a machine here. That's cute. I like that. That's good right there. Blow my machine a bit. Okay. It's too exciting. I started off a little early today on this because I don't have to go back to work until tonight. Here's a little thread stuck in here. Isn't that cute? Here you go. I don't want you. I want this. my bobbin thread. Thank you. Yeah, these colors are from So Creative. These are Akara fabrics. I mean, you can get them from So Creative, but you can also get some on Amazon. They got a really good deal on 10-inch squares. So I think I got my first 10-inch squares quite a while back on there, so I do use them a lot. Good. Yeah, I'm piecing these for the Topairy quilt. I'll show you when I get back to the cutting area. Yes, it is. Yay. Pull this up. here. Blow my nose in a sec. Oh, you can barely hear me? Okay, I'll go turn it up. Just trying to make sure. Let me know when. That sounds good there. I'm just trying to make sure I don't get an echo. Or that hushing noise. I do not know what the hushing noise is. Nothing else is on right now. Just trying to make sure I don't get an echo. Or that hushing noise. I do not know what the hushing noise is. Nothing else is on right now. That's wild. Mute my devices here. So, got everything on here, yeah. Yeah, I have my, what do you call, had my phone volume on. So, hopefully, I'm not echoing anymore. Right on. Thanks, Michelle. Oh, you're so great on this first YouTube live. I'm like going, okay. all the details and know a lot about quilting, do not know a lot about filmmaking. So that just means it's going to have to pay extra special attention to the comments on here. So, ta-da! Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Quick, blow my nose. No. Yeah, ripping out seams. Yeah, like they always say, can't be a professional sewer if you're not a professional seam ripper. Michelle, how close are you to getting done with your 9 patches? it here? Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. To actually let's do that. I hope it turns out well, so Michelle. Oh, the beginning, yeah. Yep, I definitely know the beginning. It took me a while for here because I started this, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago on one of my first videos. And then we got so busy at work. Now we got so many people in there getting ready for Prime. I work for Amazon. So we're getting ready next week. No, not next week. It's the week after and the week after that to gear up. What if I should take all these? Yeah, I should want to so I know when I'm running out. Yes. Okay. So now I got my back turned. Trying to make sure. Check that other piece. Yeah, I'll take a look for that. So that's on what that's on the course on the Pop Quilter side, right? Yeah, I'm making the Topairy quilt pattern from 3 Yard Fabrics. Yeah, let me show you the picture here. Which I don't even know if it's showing up because of the latency on this one. So, yeah, it's a Topairy 3 Yard quilt, but I'm using the scrap fabrics I got from So Creative. Yeah, the Fabric Cafe one. So let me go see how I did this. Oops. Yep, sorry, I forgot to put the let's try the right camera, so second. Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Here's latency. 1 second here. 1 second. So this is the Topairy. Hope that looks right. Wow, this latency is bad. Hopefully you can see it there. Okay, so I'm moving. I'm looking back at you right there, so. Welcome, Rita. New here, stopping to say hello, sub, and give a thumbs up and support. Why, thank you so much. I'm really, really trying with this channel here. So it's something new to me. Today is my first live here. I want to thank you for supporting. So yeah, if everybody gets a like and a subscribe button, get my quilt working here, because I've been very busy at my other job, Amazon, so I haven't had much time to quilt or really do much of anything. I mean, even live life. So yeah, so it's something I'm here. Oh yeah, the sound is very low. Oh wait a minute, let me go turn it up since I don't have the other one up. Okay, so hopefully up just a bit there. Okay. So let me know. Let me know the sound's okay, because I'm away from the camera a lot. I don't have both. Yeah, I don't think. Let me set this up with the shoulder. It's the mobile. Yeah. Yeah, this is my very first live, so all the input I can get is great. So let me know if the sound comes up. Let me go finish this here real quick. These two, and then so hopefully. Oh man, I forgot to put. Oh well. Submit you are, yeah. I did a boo-boo and forgot to trim some of these pieces, but I guess I'm either in a hurry, which I really don't need to be. Oh. Wrong with Bill today. Good thing. Oh yeah, wash some dishes. I know, and here I am. Glad you mentioned that. I've still got to shop for another dishwasher. I believe mine is just not working right. It's just not drying the dishes. So maybe I'll either have this one service or just go ahead and get a new one. I don't know, but I'm back to the old school of washing dishes by hand. What is going on with this thing? I hate it when it does this. I love my thought, but occasionally, see, and that did not cut. I might need, oh, you know what? Here I go. Here's something happened right here. Okay, never mind. These things happen. That is not supposed to. Oh, here we go. Okay, just got tangled a bit there. Goody, I'm done with this piece anyway. Okay, make sure I put it in the right way. Okay, so. Nah, thanks, Don. Hi, how you doing? How you doing? I got my back turned to the laptop. I'm trying to keep as few devices open as possible. Got this internet connection. This is the first time ever on my live. Yeah, welcome everybody. No Trip Quilting and Sew. Hope everybody's enjoying everything so far. Yeah, and thanks for the fabrics. I did have a video. Did I have a video of that? Oh yeah, I had a video. I was on So Creative. I was just ironing them right now. So I think the video before this one, if you look at my channel, has me cutting them up and everything like that. We'll go here. Go down over here. Check this out. Little place. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, I came up with the no trip name. Because, you know, I always notice a lot of videos, you know, they were always, what do you call it? You know, whenever they made a mistake or something like that, they always have, you know, some people get really, really upset about it, especially like me. I get upset if my points are not right or accurate or whatever, so I just told myself one day, you know, just stop tripping. It'll be okay. It all comes out in the wash if you just keep going. I mean, nobody's a professional quilter in one day, or piecer, or however you decide to be, especially if you know it. Just stop tripping and have a good time. And it had a nice modern feel to it. Oh yeah, I know there are just so many quilt police out there. It just drives me nuts. And so I'm glad more and more YouTube channels are letting people know, no quilt police, no, that's not how you do it, that's not how you do it. You know. It's but of course, you know, we all take it with a grain of salt. I think even the quilt police sometimes just don't want to yeah, no, I think it's kind of hard sometimes to describe, you know, exactly who is quilt policing or who is doing that. I mean, I don't see it much at the show. They kind of stay pretty quiet because, you know, hey, I ain't got that quilt in the show, so if I see a quilt in the show, I said, oh goody, congratulations, you know, or, you know, maybe the quilt doesn't strike me, but, you know, it still made it to the show. I haven't come up with anything that I want to put it in the show yet, but who knows, maybe one day when I'm doing one of my lives at a quilt show, you'll probably see me. But until then, yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely, because even when people are painting or something like that, they still have their own impression of how they look like. And either way, it's on there, so celebrate what you got if it makes it look different, especially if you're doing patterns. Oh yeah, yeah, that is true. You do get some people that do that. I get that so many times in life. I can understand exactly where you're coming from, Rita. But that is great. And definitely on my channel, you're definitely not going to see me trip too much, unless, of course, it was something I wanted to do that didn't happen, and I was like, oh man. Okay, that's something I did not plan that at all. But I only ever worry about it. Yeah, the only time I ever worry about it is if the sizing of the quilt or the pieces really doesn't come out the way I wanted it to. This one I'm not going to trip because I've trimmed the little pieces. So, see, there we go. There's my little error. I don't think it'll come out to too much here. This little sucker is ironed up here. Oh yeah. You know, I think anybody who quilts or whatever will tell you they're always somewhere in the middle. Even people I see, you know, when they get their quilts in a show or something like that, or when they complete a quilt, they're like, oh yeah, that's okay, I like it, I love it, you know. And then sometimes they're like, oh my gosh, I don't believe I did that. That is just too amazing for me. I just don't believe that. So I think it's definitely, I mean, I think we're all in the middle as far as that, no matter how we are. I mean, we may have that artistic flair that does it for us. Oh yeah, learning new techniques and new ways of doing things. That is definitely how, well, that's how the world is done anyway. So, I mean, I think as quilters, more than anything, show the world that there's different ways to do things, like binding. Oh, those dishes. Oh, yeah. I know. I am a messy cook. I don't know, but I'm single, so I mean, I will just go and leave something because there's nobody to really get up on me about not doing stuff. I mean, I'm just glad I take out the trash and vacuum every once in a while. But I am trying to get rid of some of my cooking stuff as I don't need it, because I got a lot of those gizmos and gadgets that we don't need. Yes, the dishwasher, yeah. I still have to put all my stuff, take it out. I mean, the dishwasher works and it's okay, it just doesn't dry. So then if I leave it on overnight or stuff like that, I got spots all over the thing because of the heated dryer or something just doesn't work. So I got to get in there and figure out what's going on. So, but definitely won't have a live on me fixing the dishwasher, that's for sure. Someone's going to come here and do that one. So I'm just checking to see, did everybody get this off the notification off the Pop Quilter site? Get it from from MacTalks, or did they do a YouTube search? I don't know. I see a lot of names, but probably I don't do too much YouTube on there. So yeah, just tell me how you got to the site today too. That'd be a big giant help. Oh, I know. I just worried about anything there. My neighbor's still mad at me because she swears up and down there was a leak the other week, and I'm like, no leaks here. I mean, I actually had a plumber come in to check everything because I know I had to change the tank flusher because it wasn't working. So I did. I put a towel under there and this and that. So my toilets are working great. So yeah, I think my dishwasher might need a new heating element because everything else is working just fine. Oh, awesome. Okay, so I do have some. So yeah, I know I got some subscribers on there. I'm about 170. I'm not, Jenny Doan or Jordan Fabrics or anything, because I just do this on my own time when I can. I was supposed to have this done by Juneteenth, but I had to use one of my other quilts that I made instead of this one. So this one could go for the next meeting when we have it, which should be either next month towards the end of the month after Prime. So But I'm happy with that. Like I said, I don't try to rush my quilts unless, of course, you know, I am getting paid. I still don't rush it. I'll just make up my time. But yeah, so unless somebody's paying for the quilt and needs it by a certain time, I ain't worried about it. This thing is going so fast. It is always something for me with these 3-yard quilts because they are going, they just go so fast, and it doesn't matter how long I'm away from them. I can just pick right on up and keep going. Okay, so here's the story here. It looks like, yeah, it looks like everybody's seen everything. Okay, so got my first pieces. They're supposed to go like this and like that. And there's something else that comes up under here. So yeah, once again, these are from, well, I got a bag of scraps from So Creative. It was a pound, I believe. Yeah, it was 1 pound of fabric. It was like 20 bucks a pop. So I had some other fabric to order for another quilt that I had, and so I decided to throw that in just to see exactly, you know, what I would get. So it did say on Akara, and you know, not going to lie here, I do get these off of Amazon a lot when I have a lot of other things. I want to make sure these are matching the way I had planned. Okay, so this one and this one. Okay. So I know Michelle's quilting. What's everybody else doing? I know that somebody's doing dishes, which is definitely responsible and acceptable, of course. Anybody else working on a quilt project? They want to let the group know? I thought I made 24. I know I did. Ah, here they go. Woo. I thought I lost some blocks there because I don't know which is the worst, messing up your blocks or losing the blocks that you were supposed to get done in the first place. Back to breathing again. Okay, I swear up and down. You know, I don't know about Saturdays. Now, I know the next 2 weeks I'm actually going to be working on the Saturdays. We're doing 12-hour shifts, if you can believe it, okay? Yeah, they got us working 5 12-hour shifts. And so, me, unfortunately, I mean, I can't guarantee, but yeah, if people want to see it on a Saturday, I can definitely do that, because Saturdays I usually do my overtime day on Saturdays over at Amazon. But yeah, I mean, I can switch my overtime day to another day. But yeah, for the next 2 or 3 weeks, yeah, we're going to be busy with Prime. Everybody knows about Amazon Prime and the craziness that unfurls with that. So, what am I doing now? Okay, so don't know if anybody's going to join the live feed afterwards, but just in case you're here, let me go reintroduce what I'm doing here. I am doing the Topairy quilt pattern from Fabric Cafe. You can go online to fabriccafe.com. It's available in a book. It's not available as an individual pattern, so you can get a lot more variety of what you want to do. But this one's called Topairy. I've looked at it for a while. Here we go. Here, real quick, this might be a little strange right here. No, let me go see. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. Topairy. Yeah, I'm at the cutting table. Okay, now you can download it, and you can also get a book at the from online as well. So that's what you definitely want to do there to get in there. I didn't put a link in the description because yeah, I'm doing my things. Hi Lydiana, yay, welcome to my first YouTube live. I'm so glad people are joining me. I thought I was going to be the only one here for like 2 hours. Okay, let me switch cameras over here. Yeah, thanks, Lydia. I'm so happy too. I mean, you just don't know. I've been doing this for so long, trying to get something going, you know, with my channel. And so every video I can get out, I am going to get out as much as possible. At least do as much as 100% on my on my videos, because yeah, it just really something I'm trying to get more into. I love the channel, even though I don't have that many subscribers. Oh, you get to me again. No, thanks, Lindy, Anna, and yeah, thanks, definitely. Yeah, thanks. As many thumbs up and likes as possible. If you get anybody to subscribe, oh, hit that subscribe button, you know it. Yeah, oh, Lindiana, so, oh, you've watched all my videos, Lindiana? things. Oh gosh, especially the Chi iron. The Chi iron was just like total bombshell. I had the sound off while I was talking on there. That was just like, so I tried to do a voiceover and I did not know how to do a redo or whatever, and I was like going, okay, I'm just putting it on there and doing what I can on there. Yeah, thanks, Liniana. Yeah, always see you, so. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes being bad is good, but yeah, I think that's another topic, but. But anyway, yeah, I do love this, and I love the fact that people are here on my first live. We were discussing if I should try Saturdays to be live. It's not like I'm really ever doing anything. It's usually the last day that I have off on Amazon, because the other days I have been so, what do you call them? We have just been so busy trying to, you know, figure everything out. We've got new automation and everything like that. So yeah, it's just been really, really busy and really, really hectic right now, getting ready for the Prime deals. So I'm just glad I could be here today to do this. Always does that. Why do you always do that? I don't know. Everybody else has a machine that gives them a hard time with one thing or another. It always does something it's not supposed to do. And I do know the bottom is in there, right? So don't even try to give me that. Just happily sewing. Gonna take a break here, but I'm not gonna stop filming or anything like that. I'm gonna take a quick little break. I can do something real quick. I'm gonna try to get myself a glass of water or something like that, because I don't want to dehydrate in this hot weather here. Because I don't think anybody's too close to call 911. So let me go and get that done. Ooh, okay. I'm back here. You know, Michelle, on these threads, I think most people don't know how long I have been sewing, so I have a habit of using the bobbin thread for my bobbin, and I kind of use regular thread up on top. So on the older machines that I did have before, that's what I use, because I did a lot of buttonholes and a lot of garment sewing. So it is one, okay, it was a little bit easier, I guess, on that machine that I had, and then two, I did a lot of buttonholes, so that's something I used to. So maybe I just need to use the same thread for the top and the bottom. I'm glad you brought that up, because yeah, I almost never think about thread. Things just go. What is all my notifications going on? And it's Trish. How you doing? Oh boy. Yeah. So I know you guys got the notification probably on the what do you call it? On the Pop Quilter site. So this was just gonna make it. That's, of course, if anybody can hear me, because like I said, just had a thing with the sound. I use the cameras on the sound. Oh, I know it. I love it, love it, love it. I mean, did you go to a quilt show? I know there was a Juneteenth quilt show. Mac was at it. So, or were we just like visiting? Lost my little thread because I pulled it out. Two more left on this side. That's good. Oops. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Oh. Yeah, I wish there were more quilt shows in Denver. You know exactly. Today was one up in what we call Buena Vista, Colorado. But because of work, I was not going to make it. I have several shows I'm trying to get to in Colorado this year. Depending on my schedule. That one turned out right. Okay, good. So I'm trying to make quilt shows as much as I can, but we'll just have to see on that one. So if so, of course you'll see me when I go live. Might have to be on the fly. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so oh, yeah, so I know the Modern Quilt Guild. I gotta get into that. Are you with the whole Modern Quilt Guild, or do you belong to your local chapter? Oh, awesome. Okay, I am in Denver, more importantly, Denver Tech Center. So I am here by the crossing between I-25 and I-225. So I've lived here for about, well, at least in my condo, about 18 years now. So I have kept it together for that long now, so this is like pretty good for me. So what I do is try to visit as many as possible when I'm off of work, but of course, you know, I'm usually tired because I work in the evenings. Yeah, DTC, yeah. I don't get lost too much anymore. That's good. I know that's one thing about DTC, is that, yeah, if you are not from here, you will get lost trying to find something. Oh, the Peak View, yeah, the Peak View apartments. Yeah, we got several. We got one that actually just came up, too. Wow. No, I just read that. Yeah, they got 2 Tiberian Spaniels sitting right beside you. Yes, I actually just got a new cat from the shelter. My beloved Abigail passed away suddenly. She just had a lot of breathing issues and stuff like that, even after I you know, make sure that the, you know, I got an air purifier and everything like that and stuff like that. But yeah, it was time, and I was all torn up. And I swore I wasn't going to get any other cats, and then somebody showed me a picture from the local humane society, the local shelter, and there was Jack. He's 12 years old, so he's about as old as I am, so never now. I know he'll catch up. About a year or so for this now. Yes, I am. These are the Akara prints that I got from So Creative a while back. So I got the scraps. They're over here, okay, from what's left over. So you're gonna get a lot of good scraps from this. I think it's like a pound, and it's like $20 a bag. So I was able to make. I used the prints here for fabric 1, and that's turning out pretty well. And I was going to use all of them for the I was going to use all of them for that, but it was going to kind of make the quilt a tad muddled there, or really busy. So I decided just to go ahead and use them for fabric 1, and I'm using 2 Moda Grunge Basic Gray fabrics here for fabrics number 2 and 3. Yeah, So Creative has a lot of fabrics. I'm so glad. I think it was my first quilt con when I went to North Carolina, and they had a booth, and they were just having a good old time. And I think Matt Cox, if anybody doesn't know her, Matt Cox does a site, also has a YouTube channel. It's very popular. She just hit, well, I think she'll hit like 25,000, so yay for her on that one. Here, where's my little, where is it? Okay. And so I saw them, then I ordered some off the site. I think I ordered the Ghana Baptiste, and I had a quilt that, of course, I haven't finished yet, because I was thinking of doing some other things with the fabrics. So that got my start off with African prints here. Oh no, I don't like that. I'm gonna have to re-sew that real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm using right here. I'm using the actual Martelli spinning one, and then I have my old favorite there, cushion quilter square and block. I even got it all cleaned up, all nice, the other day, not for the show necessarily, just because it was just had so much starch on it. I do use a lot of starch with my garment sewing and stuff like that. So yeah, so finally got all that cleaned up. So I'm using a combination because I'm still working on multiple projects. Well, you know, this place really is a mess. So I mean, my printer over there, my Grace little Rebel right beside me. I have another project over there that I'm trying to finish up. So yeah, I'm in the midst of actual multiple things along with work. So hey, at least I'm busy, that's for sure. Let me go sew this here real quick. Didn't make it all the way to the end. Oh, these here are Martelli. I got these off the side because I had a subscription box, and they had a sole subscription box, and I opened it one day. It was supposed to be, all surprise, and they actually had a scissor template, or not a scissor template, but a scissor cover template. So that was nice, and they actually sent the scissors there along with. So I definitely know they lost money on that one right there. Hey, LaJuan's here today too. Cool. Yeah, Amy Couture Crafting on YouTube. Definitely gotta check her out. I think I mentioned that already, but yeah. So she really has helped me to encourage to start this YouTube channel. And every time I see her, she just wants to know everything that I'm doing, and that is so cool. So that is awesome, and I just really respect her a lot. So her, along with all my rest of my pop quilter. If you guys don't know about that, that is a site by M.A. Couture Crafting and Matt Cox. He does shows on YouTube, and pop quilter is where I guess I would say the special people get to meet. We all subscribe to the pop culture site and have conversations and see everybody's quilts and whatever, everything that's new on YouTube. Oh yeah, yeah. Next time I will make a better announcement as to that. I'm really shocked and dazed that I have so many views right now, or just people watching. I'm just shocked on that one on there. So really thank everybody for being here today, because the next 2 weeks is going to get really busy, and I don't have time that much to actually even make videos. So usually I'm at just before I get to work, I try to go in there And I started filming because I was actually watching Matt Cox on a day I didn't really feel like sewing or anything like that. So she came on, and I kind of figured, okay, instead of just being laying here on the couch, just watching YouTube or on the TV, let me go ahead and start this quilt that I had. So she was on there, and then I said, okay, well, let me go film this. So all I did was cut pieces from the what do you call it? From the stash I got from So Creative. And so I started filming that. And then I said, you know what, I want to go live anyway, and I think I haven't done a live show anyway, so I don't have this one. I'll put it on another video on that. Oh yeah, the stylus. Oh, now I'm going to tell you, this stylus is great right here. This is called a Savannah stylus. It's pure, plain, and simple. I got this off of Amazon. Now, of course, I did the Amazon Associates. I would put a link on the bottom, but unfortunately, nobody bought, and I didn't really make a profit. So I had 180 days to make a profit or something like that or whatever. And that's the only reason I became like an associate on the Amazon site, was so that I could put links of all the stuff that I get off of Amazon, and try to put links on there, and these are really inexpensive. You just won't believe how inexpensive they are. Oh yeah. So whenever I do my scenes and I open them up, I use this one because this one has the little point on it, for when I sew. And this side here I can flatten my seams with, so that's pretty awesome. So, and I do the basic tools. I try not to make sewing so expensive. That was one of my first almost mistakes in sewing, was that I was just buying a whole lot of stuff, or changing out, or getting different machines for different things. And so I was like, okay, well, just chill out, have a relaxing time with it, because let's face it, sewing is expensive. And then of course, when you quilt, that's really all you're doing anyway. At the first part is you're just sewing a straight line. So all you really need is a sewing machine, maybe with a zigzag. So always something to think about there. And so yeah, so this is really great to open up the seams on these. On patterns now, I'm actually starting to open seams. There is very few. Yeah, there's going to be very few quilt patterns where I'm actually going to sit there and sew the seams to the one side. If it's a pattern that requires a lot of nesting seams, then yeah, I am right there with my nesting seams. Okay. Couple more before I go back over to the sewing machine. Now I am going to iron these. This is just like for finger pressing. So a lot, especially like when you do a jelly roll quilt or something like that, you finger press your seams. And if you're like me, my hand over here is it's got some issues. One of the bones between the pinky and here, one of the bones, this bone is a little bit longer than it should be. So I got to be a little more careful with that because it can bring it out. So I did have to stop quilting for about a week or so ago because of the pain was just actually shooting, because I took a little spill and that kind of exacerbated it. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. I had tons of rulers. Now, the main ones I do have, of course, are the Martelli rulers that I have here. I'll show you real quick. These are black on here. You can put them on stuff. Okay. And it sticks to the fabric really well. Okay, so that means it'll be on the mat, so if you accidentally move or something like that, your fabric won't move underneath of it because it has this no stick material. But these guys are a little expensive, so I did purchase that because I knew that was the kind of ruler I wanted to use with my quilting, because these tend to slip. I did get some grippy spray, for the bottom of these, and yeah, and now everything pretty much works, so that's a good thing. Oh yeah, sewing machines. Everybody on the Pot Culture site knows I own about 7 in total of that in there here, and I actually now have 2 serges. I'm trying to get rid of my 4 thread because I got a 5 thread, a hobby lock. So yeah, that's something I needed because I love making sweaters easy, and I love making shirts. Another super simple, easy task. So here's that, and I have the Janome Series 2000 for my cover stitching. Yeah, Michelle got it all. I'm serious, yeah. There we are. There's Jack. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Meow, meow already? What? What? Well, then come over here then. Oh, Jack. Okay. Just a minute, y'all. Jack just woke up and will need some attention, so I'll be right back here. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jake. What's up? Yeah, let me go get some treats. Okay. Here's one treat. Here you go. Here's your treat. Okay, here's your treats. I'm putting them on the floor. Okay. Okay. You know I'm here, I'm in the house. Okay. Woo. Thank you for that. Kitty Jake just walked in wondering who the heck I was talking to. Oh yeah. Scissors, scissors, scissors. That's what I love. Mainly about sewing, but yeah. So how many people were in Phoenix? Let me go. I'm just reading through my comments here. The knitting machine. I know I have looked at those knitting machines. And I was like, that looks really interesting. But I have no room. I have absolutely no room for anything. I'm glad I got a 2-bedroom condo. And I could use one room for sewing and it leads straight into the living room. So I am in direct contact with everything in here. Yeah. I love this. Man, I love this little iron. Yeah, that's true. We love support in our family. I'm single, so I basically support myself, of course, and let's see you guys, and you guys are here. Thank you once again. If you just tuned in to my very first live, my name is David, No Trip Quilting and Sew. Where today I am making the pieces for the Topairy quilt from 3 Yard, or Fabric Cafe from 3 Yards. And instead of using the total 3 yards, I am using scraps from So Creative. They have an online presence there. And I thought this pattern would be perfect to actually show them up. Doo-be-doo-doo. So good. Oh yeah, Trish, the mini iron is a chi, or chi, I don't know how you say it. I know I see the television show, but chi, C-H-I. I have a video on it. It's a traveling iron. It's about, I think it's around 40 bucks. I know Prime deal, there may be a Prime deal on it right now. But yeah, it's a chi iron. They're the ones that make all of our hot curlers and rollers and stuff like that. And they made a travel iron. So I went to see exactly what it's about. And so I have an unboxing video on the No Trip Quilting and Sew YouTube site. So it was one of my first demonstration videos. Awesome. Topairy is a great pattern because it has no seams to match. I'm following along in the Magic of 3 Yards Quilt. Yes, it's in the Magic of 3 Yard Quilt. Okay, so just a reminder, everybody, that this pattern is not available as an individual, but of course, as with all fabric books, you definitely have to find the pattern that you want, and you can just match up totally. Now, I don't know if I said at the beginning. Like I said, I used these scraps here, so this wasn't a full yard. These were a bunch of scraps, and then I used the 2 and 3 fabrics as normal. So if you're looking at the pattern now, you'll see that it contains a lot of squares. So I'm sure they actually mentioned that on the Fabric Cafe, maybe in one of their videos. I'd have to go back, they have so many. So many patterns that are so versatile, and that's what I love about them. They're so easy, so quick, and you can really, as Matt Cox would say, zhuzh them up a bit to fit your style of what you want to do. So now I think also if you had a charm pack, that would make it really nice if you had a charm pack with at least 2 of each in there. Yeah, if you had 2 matching fabrics in there, I think that would be good. And then match it up with another fabric. Now I go to Grinch every time I have to see that, because I tend not to use that. I'm not going to say I don't. I tend not to sometimes use the what do you call it? The solids, the actual solids, like Kona solids or something like that. So still kind of like a little more depth into my quilt without confusing it. So that's why I went here. So these squares right here, the dark squares that I'm using is the fabric 3. So I'm going to use these squares for the secondary block or tree, and also for the sashing. So I believe the directions say, yeah, fabric 3 is sashing and the border. Oh yeah, the Mac Daddy big steamer. Yeah, that's actually a sundew. I got that off of Amazon too. So I just so it's Trish. Yeah, Trish. I just I got that one a little bit after my Rowenta died. It just exploded on me. That didn't have an auto off. So I was sewing and quilting at the same time, and I guess it just couldn't take the pressure. So this sundew right here, it combines both. It doesn't shoot out steam, so you can't use it in a vertical position when you're steaming garments, but you can, you know, as you iron, it just has a nice steady flow of steam. So it's really good at that. Oh yeah, 3-yard quilts are definitely good for that, especially during what I like to call baby season, because people love ordering quilts for me during baby season. So they'll pick a theme and then a pattern, and I'll just get the fabric and get to work. And try to get this finished before the baby reaches driving age, at least. But yeah, I think that's what got me into the 3-yard quilt, because there were just so many babies being born. And I did design one all myself. It was a cute little purple one on there. I don't have a video on that. That's before I started making the videos. So there was a cute little purple one that I designed, because that's all the father said was just a color purple. So I actually went to Walmart and found 3-yard. So I guess that was my first 3-yard quilt. I just went and bought the 3 different yards of that, created my own pattern, and just completed the baby quilt. Oh, that's good. You know, the so yeah, the Rowenta steam iron. Mine did not have an auto shut off. I got it from Bed Bath & Beyond. And I picked it up, and I did not know that it did not have an auto shut off, because I am so used to irons having an automatic shut off. So this particular model didn't, so it didn't turn off. So while I was sewing, it just exploded. So, but I know they have those, so that's the first thing I look for in the iron. I actually go to the, well, I went to the Rowenta site first. Okay, got that one, and that's when I went back to Amazon to see, check on that model. and I noticed that this sundew was available. So I don't know how long they've been in the business, but they definitely, what do you call them? They definitely built a good product with that one. So yeah, it's not gonna shoot out the steam. You know, like I said, like a Rowenta, it's just gonna have a nice continuous steam, which is what I like when I'm ironing. I press the steamer button way too much, and then I lose all my steam, unfortunately. So that one I don't have to worry about that. Oh yeah, so what am I going to use? Okay, yep, so back to the quilt. So, I'm still using these scraps back here. And so what I am doing, I am sewing them together. Okay. And these are a little bit smaller than what the sashing on the pattern says, but I made up for that because I did not know exactly how many scraps I was going to have to lift. I know I need 2 of them, so I gotta make sure that I make 2 of them in the correct size. So yeah, I'm using the scraps to actually make the sashing in between, and then I'm going to use the motor grunge for sashing number B. Yeah, there's a sashing A and there's a sashing B. Sashing A, of course, comes from, let me check here, make sure I'm saying it right. Yeah, sashing A comes from, you're going to use sashing A on fabric 1, and then sashing B is going to be fabric number 3. I know, yeah, because I was talking to Max when she was live and she was looking at the pattern too. So yeah, so that caused a bit of confusion on there as to what I was doing. So I probably would have made a mistake. Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Trish. Yeah, I just love it. So especially thanks Stephanie for all the encouragement here. Thanks for the live. Okay. Say so. Let me go see here. Look at the instructions one more time to see exactly what side this goes to. So on this Topairy, what really makes this easy, and you cannot even see this. So if you got the pattern in front of you, okay, the block A and the block B look exactly the same. So I'm actually kind of calling this, I don't think it's a 1-block quilt. Well, yeah, I'm going to call this a 1-block quilt because the block A and the block B are sewed exactly the same way. You're just making different amounts, of course, you know, for the effect. And then you have 2 color sashings, which I, of course, like I said, I'm using the scraps here that are going to go into the center of here, and then I'm going to keep this other sashing right here. I'm going to keep this one. Yeah, I'm going to use this as the fabric number 3, the dark fabric, because I think that'll bring it out. Bring the blocks out a little more. So let me go ahead over to the sewing machine here. And I'm not even using this one, so I am going to remove this camera because I'm only using 2 cameras on that. Okay, so let me go over to the sewing machine. Okay, so my plan, okay, you bring this out that long here. Okay, good. Oh, best press now. Yeah, best press. A lot of quilters use best press. I can't even lie about that. They are so, they're so popular. Me, I'm old fashioned. I have used starch for just about everything in the past 40 some odd years of me sewing. So I have a lot of it. I have a lot of it in store. I use the actual Stay Flow starch because depending on what project I'm using, I can make adjustments for it. So I always have 6 little bottles here. And so yeah, so Stay Flow is my go-to. Oh yeah, definitely. But you know what? I don't even think either of my grandmothers sewed. So where sewing came in for me, I don't know. I think I actually had a home ec class in high school, and then we had to take like a semester of it, and then first we made a bag, which okay didn't do so well. Then I had to use a pattern and use my own pattern and get my own fabric for it. So first project didn't go so well. The second one went okay. And then of course, as always, ignorance took the place of what I wanted. Yeah, ignorance took the place of what I wanted to do in life, and so I stopped sewing for a while until I actually left the house. Because yeah, it's kind of sad when parents don't understand you, and that's unfortunately life for most people nowadays, especially my age. I'm so glad the world is coming to some sort of agreement that everybody's themselves. And I am grown up. Oh, that did not sew at all. What the heck did I do? What did you do, Mr. David? Yep. Oh, you didn't set that right at all. So, and of course, that is why we call it No Trip So Quilting and Sew. I'm just gonna take this apart here real quick. La 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 la. Now for my seam ripping, as you can see here, I'm using a, oh here we go. I'm using a Fiskars knife. Hopefully that's in the shot. I got this one off of Joann's. It actually comes with like 3 blades. It's bugging me. So it actually comes with like 3 different blades. I used it when I use it when I need to make buttonholes because one of the blades on there. The other one is for seam ripping, and the other one is a point. So let me go see what I am doing here. I don't think I did not thread that right at all. That's me. I don't think that's the machine at all. I'm pulling it. David did a little boo-boo, didn't do his checks before he started, so let me go get this. There we go. I had it in the wrong section there. Yeah, okay. That was cute. Okay. I'm gonna reset this bobbin here so that it does ugh. I'm really making this harder than it should be. Okay. Well, alrighty then. Okay, so let's have another go at this, shall we? Okay, I got my down position. That's always helpful. And let's go hit the next one. You know, that is a question for the ages, because some people said, oh yeah, I've sewed a shirt, I've sewed this, I've sewed that, but I wouldn't know how to do a quilt at all. And I'm telling you, I didn't even know what a quilt was when I started quilting. I'm gonna have to fall into one of those categories that I had no idea what quilting was. So it was hilarious. I went to my sewing shop for the oh yeah, Ian, the idiot quilter. I love him to death. I love when he talks. Yeah, I think he's Canadian as well. Yeah, I see him a lot. Very good talks with him on his YouTube channel. Okay. And I'm wondering, because I do not know how long I have been on this live chat. So how many? Well, just as live. So I don't know exactly how long. I know it's like 2 o'clock. So. So far. Okay. Concentrate on this one so I can get this one done, because I am so eager to see the beginning part. And that's to the end, so do some more strip piece. I might need one more strip. One more little strip to complete this section here. Maybe 2, yeah. I'm supposed to do 20 of these, so. Oh, yeah, that's right. These are. Ways. Whoa, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Wow. So you can tell this is not a real job because I'll be screaming about my break right now. I need my 15. Oh yeah, Steve. Oh, so I've only been on 1 hour and 30 minutes. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. We're on Mountain Standard Time up here. I'm not in the mountains. I'm in the foothills. But hey, almost the same difference. Good. Okay. Hey, watchers are watchers. This is, like I said, this is my first live. I did not advertise anything. I didn't make any promises I couldn't keep. So I feel good about that. I appreciate everybody that showed up today. You never know how much. Like I said, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not Missouri Star Quilting or Mac Hawks or anything like that. I'm just a guy that loves to sew and loves to make quilts. And I try to have a good time. Oh yes, I watch the Quilting whenever he's on. That is a really good encouragement for me. He just really is a positive influence on my sewing. looking here. The first steps of the blocks. Yeah, that is true. That's the strips between are the ones that kind of confused me at first. So I was like trying to figure out, you know, since I'm using scraps for fabric number one, I was like, how am I going to pull that off? So I said, oh, okay, I'll just go ahead and sew these into the strips that I need for the so I just said I'm going to just sew the strips that I need for these. Good. Okay, that matches up. And let me get a couple of these here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, one moment. I think I might have gained it back. Let me know here. I think and I did lose my camera, one of my cameras. Let me go see here. This last 6 hours here, but it did not. That's life in the fast lane. Let me go do some switching here. Let me know if you can hear me again. Okay. Okay, 1 second here. Okay, yeah. I'm checking it here. Looks like one of my cameras died on me. Okay. Okay, let me test it here. Okay. That was not there, so hopefully I'm not echoing. Am I back with my sound? Because, yeah, okay, they say the sound is good. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. I'm glad I got, because I was talking a lot of stuff. So hopefully I wasn't off too much. While I was doing it. So okay, good. Okay, they can hear me. So I don't know. Let's see. What was I explaining? Let me go back and download these comments here. Thank you all so much for letting me know. I don't think I fully charged that camera before I started, so I think it was already on like 80%. So, Colville, the Land Cruise, Quilting Marine. Did everybody get to hear my comments on that one? Okay, good. Okay, well, I'm back. Okay, goody goody. Okay, so I'm back. Getting the second block. Yes, I love it. It's like they're almost coming out of the woodwork now that we've heard them. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Definitely for sure on that one. That there are more guy quilters out there, and we're doing our things along. Of course, there's always been a lot of guy quilters, just that they always just came out. So berry quilt. So that's yeah, I think I saw that one too. I have to check that one out. I think it was funny when I first told people that I was quilting, they always referred back to their grandma for some odd reason, and I was like, yeah, that's cute. So I think they. Oh yeah, Rob Appel. Rob Appel was actually the first quilter I saw on YouTube. I don't know, maybe he just popped up and I started looking up quilting, and he had a whole he had a whole lot of stuff. In fact, I think the first video I saw with Rob Appel was just hilarious because he was actually with Jenny Doan. So I didn't know who all the quilters were on YouTube. So I saw him, and he was teaching his lady how to machine quilt. And so that was just hilarious because I did not know who Jenny Doan was because, like I said, I didn't know anything about quilting or quilters, or even that it was such a big thing on YouTube. And that for me was just hilarious. And then I started watching her videos and realized, oh, she's the owner of a Fortune 500 company. And so that got on me. Where did Jack? Was that you, Jack? Yeah. Jack is a little confused right now because I look like I'm talking to myself. looks like the latency is down too, so that's good. So maybe that was a good thing. Oh, that probably was the reason for the latency. It was because the battery was already going low on the thing, so got it plugged in now. Oh yeah, Donna Jordan. Donna Jordan was a rock when it came to quilting for me. She did her and Danielle Stout. I think Danielle Stout was my first. Yeah, Danielle Stout was my first dip into the batiks. I got a roll up or a jelly roll of hers in batiks. Yeah, that's true. Yep, we're all here right now, and we are sewing. How many people are actually making a quilt right now, or how many are just tuning into the show? Ah, then we go get some water. So that's right. Oh, awesome. Yeah, vegging. I know today is the day to veg because I am just... Yeah, it's like my last day off. I was supposed to go to work today, but they called a voluntary time off. I said, yeah, I'm not going to go to work for 3 hours. I'm just going to sit at home and do my thing. Yeah, because I planned to do this after I got off of work. But then I decided, let's just go live. So I put it on the Pop Quilter site, put it on the YouTube site, and said, okay, here we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Who's your baby? Who's that baby? Yeah, Don, you are really, you're all up in there, getting all this done. So, she iron really easy to pop. You'll love this. Turn the right side up. That, and you almost can't overflow it, and then pop it in And the iron turned on. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes. I'll get my little steam. Let me see what I got here. Okay. Now I got this. I know I need to trim these up, but I just want to see what I got so far on here, because putting the pattern pieces on here are just going to be like way too easy. I can tell already. So usually that's unfortunately. Let's see, that doesn't go there. That goes like here. Okay, let me get here. And then I'm going to go here again. And then, okay, and of course, this is, okay, and then this strip is going to go down once I complete that. So I still got to get these pattern B, I still got to get that trimmed off. Okay. And then of course, pattern is so easy, I need to lay out the whole one because I got everything all planned where I want my stuff to be. How does that look like so far? Okay, so yeah, I still need to trim these. So what does everybody think so far about yeah, what does everybody think so far of how it's coming along? It looks like a Topairy so far. I think I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Okay, so. So, yeah, so I'm gonna go up here. Let me go stop congratulating myself so I can get this right there. Where's my little here's the other one I love. This is one I got at Joann's. This is called the Omnicraft. Okay, so this one is it's a 12.5-inch square up tool. And everything on here is so easily marked on here. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's got the little half, and the half is clearly marked on that. And also the quarters are marked as well. So I got this at Joann's when they were still open. Okay. And it has helped me square up blocks for days. So basically square, okay, not rectangles or anything like that, but for doing the one thing that it does do, It does a really good job. Yeah, I was going to try a solid in between there, but yeah, the effects didn't last. So just to keep the Topairy feel, I just went ahead. Oh, I need even iron these. Just to keep the Topairy feel, I just put the colored sash down the center and then left the other one since it was fabric one. So yeah, I played with it a little bit on the computer first. I forgot the iron. See how excited I am to get this done? Okay, Don, thank you so much for enjoying today. Love it. Okay, so hope to see you again on one of my lives. And of course, you know, thank you for watching. And definitely thank everybody for watching today. I know I think YouTube has a 2-hour limit, so we may not see the whole thing today. So yeah, the flowers up against the sash. Yeah, I did take a look at that one too. That's why I'm using the exact same scraps as I used to make the blocks with, and then put them down as I would the fabric number 2. So with this block, it's actually going to look the same way no matter which I flip. So even I put the black up on top and then put the other ones in between, there's still those sashings going down the middle. And on this pattern, yeah, it's just yeah, I'll just keep on going in stride here. Sewing, sewing, sewing. So we're going to zip, and of course now yes, I will. This time I'm gonna make a plan. So I am really going to make sure that I announce it next time. Now, like I said, in the next 2 weeks are going to be super busy for me, and I got like 12-hour days. So it's going to be yeah, so it's going to be super hectic. I think I'm going to have, we got the 2 mandatory days off where we cannot come in, but yeah, the other days are going to be an actual 12-hour days. So that's going to be a little hectic for me. Where's my, press. I was wondering why it was not coming out straight. It's coming out a little wonky without the pre-pressing. Yeah, I think Max actually discussed that too. Sometimes when she gets ready to go live, it kind of springs up on you. So I'll make sure I have a plan on there. I think Max and I are learning it as we both go. And while we're doing this. So it's 2 o'clock. Okay, so I know I better be headed off to bed soon because yeah, I also work the third shift, so I actually start work at 1:20 in the morning. So yeah, I usually have to go to bed by 3. So it's almost 3 o'clock here. So what I'm going to do is I'm pretty close to getting all these done. It would have been a lot further away than I would have wanted to, but I stuck with it. I'm gonna finish these off. I'm gonna finish off the irons here of these blocks because I've got the other parts that I need. Oh, Life Mastery Achievers, yeah. These are just like here. We are scheduled at 10 hours every night. So yeah, you know this when you get off late and you handling all those packages and everything like that and loading them on the trucks and everything like that, you are tired at the end of the day. So yeah, if you don't get your sleep and you don't get the right amount of food in you, you are one messed up cookie for the rest of the day. So yeah, so I always make sure I eat well and get her done. Yeah, but Max lies are sometimes a little bit, because sometimes she does do them on the spur of the moment. But yeah, she did make a comment that she was going to start announcing them a lot earlier, because I think she did a live the other day, but nobody saw it. So it's like 20 minutes into the live video, but nobody showed up. So she actually, what do you call it? She actually turned the live stream off. Being old gets old. Sometimes if you ain't got nothing to do in life, but yeah, Trish, it looks like you have a lot to do in life and a lot of support doing it. So definitely hooray for you, and definitely hooray for knowing you too. So that is wonderful. I've seen a lot of stuff come out from you. Yeah, Lindian. Yeah, so. All right, so that's going to be the last one today because, guys, it's 8 before the hour, and I need to start my week off work. So, so once again, thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. I do love it. I've been wanting to do these lives ever since I started. I just didn't know how, and I got this system. Then I did. Then I didn't have any time to do them. So me going live is not too bad. So hello. Thank you for holding up with all the technical quirks and giving me feedback on stuff. I definitely love it. So I hope to see y'all real soon, real quick. And yeah, I will announce the next time I'll be live. So I'll probably spend some time getting putting some of this stuff together, and then we can go ahead and finish this quilt along with everything. And so thank everybody. Love it. Okay, so and I'm happy, and okay, thank you so much, and have a good day. Stay warm, stay hydrated, do everything to there. Oh, started streaming 3 hours ago. Okay, good. I made it 3 hours. Right on. Okay, well, thank y'all. Y'all have a great day and a happy Saturday. And if I don't see you before, have a happy 4th of July. Okay, thank y'all. Love ya.